I really don't want to like keep counting up the days, um, but this is day 24. Um, the more I keep saying I want to cancel like the Expo series, I don't want to, but part of me wants to because I don't want to keep track of the days. But this is my only way to like actually keep track of time in that regard. Because as I said before in my other videos, I experience time differently. And if you do see me IRL, I'm actually like walking somewhere to a point in time, but it just seems like, and I'm sorry for I'm taking pauses because like my brain, it just the way that I talk, it's like I say a few words, pause, a few words, pause, a few words, and I'm stuttering. Sorry. So basically what I did today was, I spent like the morning and the afternoon just to myself, just to reconnect with myself. But I just had this like drive and this hunger to just go out to be seen. And not in like I'm screaming attention, but in like a cool way that people can actually like vibe with. So it doesn't make me look like a lunatic. And when I say lunatics, I'm thinking of lunatics as with Bugs Bunny. I think was it Daphne? Um, I think that's her name. Because there's lunatics like Loontics. So they were mutants. So it's just like now it's okay. So like as I'm saying that, like I'm just like realizing that like I keep saying mutant, and in order for a mutation to happen, it will create a mutation in order for you to be a mutant. And it's just like I'm not sure like how I'm even able to do this because like this is another episode. And I'm taking my medicine as I should, but it seems like my medicine is just like enhancing my episode. But it's like I'm coherent in the episode. Like I feel like the episode like I'm watching the episode just go on, but I'm the director in the chair. Like I'm the actor and the director. And it just feels like really strange to put it in that example, but this is how I feel. So basically, I walked down to Seattle. I was, walking to the waterfront because I just needed to see the water. I needed. So there's, and it was pretty hot out too. So I was slightly sweating, but as I was saying, when I was just going to the waterfront, like I was just heading to the water because it felt like the water was calling my name, and then like I smelled seaweed, and I just was like, my chest goes because it's just like something that I mean, not that I need, but it's just like the smell of it just reminds me of something so much, and I don't know how to put it into words because like, if you are new here, hi, my name is Xwell, but my real name is Brandon, and I create personalities that just overtake me, and I let it happen because I mean, like, why be afraid of like having like a different mindset and since I come from a creative background anyways, why not? Because it introduced something new and different, something that doesn't seem human. Because even what I have right here, because I had made other videos with this, if you haven't seen it. So basically, and I'm gonna show you my hand, but it's not in like a negative connotation. I'm trying to show you my hand. So basically, I have a wrist bracelet that I have as the base, and I use hair bands just to wrap it around. And it wasn't originally supposed to look like this, but it just somehow came together because like the bangle piece, the silver piece was originally on my neck. And when it was on my neck, I felt a new sensation that it was activating something. And it was activating something for the new part of the brain to activate. Because in order for something else, I feel like if I try to like explain it, it's gonna like people are gonna click off, and then people are just gonna like ignore me, and people are just gonna be like, "That's a nerd." But whatever. So it's like I had a vision of how it was the bracelet piece wasn't originally just on my hand. It was on my neck first. And then it made its way to my forearm. It's my left forearm because my left arm feels completely different than my right. And it feels like my right and left are not even my right and left. It just feels like when I'm looking in a mirror, it feels like if my reflection to my right arm is my right arm. Like I'm actually like, I'm not even gonna, it doesn't even really matter. So, anyways, so when I had it on my left arm, I had it was one was on my forearm and then one was on like the bicep of like the arm itself. And I'm not sure if so I was wearing a shirt that I got from H&M of a cheetah. There's two cheetahs that they were just like their backs were to each other, but they were clawing at I guess like a tree. And when I look at the cheetah, I'm looking at their skin. And then I'm not sure it's like it actually created like little dots like of like a cheetah, which is pretty sick in my eyes if you got to see it IRL, if you get to see it IRL. But that wasn't supposed to happen like that. And it just did. And I like it to be honest. But like as I said, this left arm doesn't feel like my left arm. It feels like an improved version of my arm because I had gone to the hospital for my hamster passing away. And in the midst of me trying to take care of her, even though she's a hamster, she was my emotional support animal. So when I had her, I was trying to take the best of my ability to her because like, each time I come home from work, I like to see her. Even though she's clumsy, she looks like a panda, like a miniature panda, because she's like so dramatic. Like I like to put her on my shoulders, but she would always just try to crawl off my back to get on the ground. And I'm like, what? What's the point of you getting on the ground for? Like you won't be able to get your food or water. And even she was like crawling up the curtains, and I'm like, why are you crawling up the curtains for? Like, what are you doing? But in the midst of that, like I was trying to take care of her because she had a sickness, and I didn't know what to do because I'm like I didn't know when that first developed because there was a lump under her next to her private parts, and I'm like wondering what I should do to like fix that. And there were things I could have done better, but in that moment, I was also struggling and not like there mentally because I was trying to focus on something in the grand scheme of things. But she was still my support animal, and I really liked seeing her. And getting another animal, it won't be the same. It won't be the same. But as I was taking care of her, then she passed. Because I'm not sure with like in the area where I'm at, like if I was actually calling different like animal hospitals because she's considered a pocket pet, and like the animal hospitals in the area weren't like they don't accept pocket pets. They only do dogs and cats. If you have a veterinarian, like veterinary, like hospital, take care of all animals. Why only dogs and cats? You know, other people have birds, reptiles, hamsters, rabbits. Like, and I'm mad at that because like I called literally, and even like so outside of where I was at, it would have taken like a few hours, I think maybe 1 or 2 hours most to get to like the animal hospital, not knowing how much I would actually have to pay because you have to be like a registered member. And even being a registered member, that's a cost. This was like an emergency, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So by the time where I had thought of a solution, that's when I woke up in the morning and I saw her struggling. I saw her struggling because she was not eating, she wasn't drinking her water, and there was nothing that I could do. And by the time I got home from work, that's when she passed. And as that was happening, like I was like coming down with something. I was literally coming down with something because like I thought it was something else. So I was like, okay, so because when I was at work, I was like, I was getting chills, I had body aches. I was also coughing, but at the time I didn't have a mask on it beforehand. So I was just coughing. And I think one of the coworkers got sick as well, but it wasn't as bad as what I had. That so what they classified it as was viral syndrome. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm keeping that name because when I think of viral, I think of iconic by mistake by Cat's Eye. There's something in that song that actually speaks to me that I can just like resonate with and I just vibe with on that frequency. And day by day, as I look into the mirror, I'm like improving one thing after the next. Not intentionally, but it's just like I just feel great. See, okay, I'm noticing that I'm doing that again. Sorry. I'm sorry. Um, but I feel like, but with that song, it means a lot to me because of what they were saying. Because clearly, what they're saying, especially with like, because in another video when um, I'd mentioned about Justin Bieber, and if you want to watch that, you can talk, like, you can like. So with Justin Bieber's music, it's very like I feel a sense of calmness, and I feel like with his frequency that he's emitting, and it sounds kind of strange because I have like a background in music education, so it's like the sound waves and the frequencies that I just resonate with, and with some singers I don't vibe with because their voices sound annoying, and it's just like I can't listen to the music if their voices sound annoying. Now there are other people that have good voices when they sing, and also with rapping, but with singing with in particular, there's only a few people that I actually listen to that I can like really calm down and listen to, and it's just Beauty and a Beat with Nicki Minaj. Because when what Nicki said, in time, ink lines, bitches couldn't get on my incline, world tours, it's mine, 10 little letters on a big sign, Justin Bieber, you know I'm a him with the ether, buns out, wiener, but I gotta keep an eye out for Selena. Beauty, beauty and the beast, beauty from the east, beautiful confessions of the priest, beast, freedom from the streets, beats, beautiful confessions of the priest, beast, beauty from the streets, beautiful get deceased, every time beauty on the beats, eats. And then I saw the word carne, which means like eat. So eats. Literally. I'm pretty sure that's Spanish. Like I know a bit of Korean, Japanese, um, South American Spanish, and European Spanish. And I know a mix of those languages. And this video is going to be off the cuff because like I feel like I don't want to have anything like pre-written. I just want to just like actually talk. This is how I actually talk and how I actually formulate my words. And I'm gonna like tone down like maybe to like I don't want to say the percentage of like what of my goofy side because I'm not going to be taken seriously if I'm just seen as being goofy like that. Because my whole life I've been like the goofy kid. I mean, that's who I am, but at the same time, it's just like if I want to be respected and actually seen in a different type of light, I have to like change that about myself. And if you're too serious, you seem like intimidating. So that's why I need like a mix of like personality. And that's why like I need to listen to I Feel Funny. Like I'm just like I just need to like sorry, probably need to okay, so anyways, So I feel like I don't know where that thought was going, and I lost train of thought on that. So basically, what I was saying with other music and everything like that, I feel like if you have like a good vocal like register, um, because even with Ariana Grande's music, like back then, I really vibed with like God is a Woman, Seven Rings, not really side by side, but or Bang Bang Bang, but a lot One More Time, Rem, Needy, the Sweetener Tour. Like I'm like that type of era is who I like. It's so during my second episode, that's when I, anyways. But with Beauty and the Beat, sorry, like my brain is literally switching. So that's why with the split die. So I would say this is my more logical side, and this is my more creative side. That's how I put it. So right brain and left brain. I'm not sure which one is the creative side, which one's the right side, which one is like the logical side, the analytical thinking. I don't know, but I feel like the split die, that's how I see myself as. And the reason why I'm positioned myself like this is that like I want this side of my face to be shown. Like I want you guys to see like because I walked out like this. Like I'm not like I give the example before with Superman. Like if you see him from a distance, you would like admire him and like just like look at like in awe because you know like you can confide in him. And with me, I just want to be my own version of Superman, but in my own format. Because, I don't know. I don't know. When I listen to this song, I feel like I'm ready because that means it's go time. Because when I'm actually watching like different superheroes, and especially like with their powers and like how they develop, especially with X-Men, Marvel, I think I'm not even sure, like, because I don't even really follow like the superheroes like that because like I watched them when I was much younger. But now that I'm thinking about it very differently, because like, what if that's an actual thing that could actually happen? There's so many different types of superheroes that Stan Lee and other like creative people have created. But what if there was an actual superhero that was actually developing in itself in this real time reality IRL? And I'm just taking into consideration because Superman was just my first movie that I just rewatched. Well, not rewatched because I've seen the Superman movie that came out when people were complaining about his outfit. Like it's the message behind that that I was actually paying attention to, even though I did have some critiques of myself of how unrealistic things were. But it's just like if you were to create a movie that has like realistic situations like that, then it would just be like whoa, whoa, like kind of freaking out. People have people freaking out because there's a video that I'm gonna show on the screen of me like running, and then it's me changing my form of running because I keep hearing a voice in the back of my head saying like I walk so you can run. But I feel like that's actually changing because I've been saying that for a long time, and it's it feels like it's the reverse now. I run so you can walk, and that metaphorical saying is that like I run so you can walk is how I want to put that and say that backwards because as I said before, I'm experiencing time differently. And then even with this hair color, I'm not sure if you saw Lovecraft Country, but Hippolyta, when she went through the portal and got to see like the universe, she could be anything and be anywhere at any point in time. And that's why the box that I got was called Blue Tick because Tick was the main character, the main guy's name. in like the show because Hippolyta was Tick's mom. And it feels like I'm just actually recreating that in my own time frame. And as I said before, this watch, it's giving Ben 10 as I keep looking at it, because Ben 10 was my favorite show as a kid. And then I know, like, I keep looking at the clock itself. It's really interesting to look at it, but I want to show you guys because, like, with my hamster, her name was Xena. You can't really see it, but I wrote her name on the leather of it to remind myself, like, I'm doing this for her to keep going. Because there was a reason why I got her specifically, because there was two hamsters that looked the same, and she was a short-haired teddy bear hamster. Because teddy bears were my favorite animal, like as a kid. So if I had like a live version of like a teddy bear, but as like a hamster format, I think that would kind of like change everything. Because as I was walking into Seattle, I know that people, I really don't know. People are laughing at me. I really don't know. I don't really care. Like, I really don't care. Because like, honestly, like I'm just walking, like I'm actually running so you can walk. But anyway, basically back with the watch. There's a number at the very bottom of the watch. So that number is the only number that I care about because it's at 24 and I started with day one. I'm not sure exactly what happened on day one, but by day two, that's when I had actually started counting. Because if you want to see how I actually started, you can watch Access Granted in Viro. That's inviting me to my environment. Because like I'm building a legacy here and just not for just for fun and games. Like I'm actually building something. So, and then when I say sync to the universe's frequency, so when I see a number like this, that's 5 5. So I feel like what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day is just do some reflect beautiful confessions of the priest. Beast, beat it from the streets, beetle get deceased. Every time beating on the beats, eats. Reflections. Because I'm going through changes. Like, honestly. And I want to like, there's so much that I want to do. But I'm just gonna end this video. But Techie Cross